are 3 proven steps that will skyrocket your income and your wealth as an event professional. These 3 steps will work for anybody who's looking to significantly boost their income, regardless of whether you're in the event industry or not, but it's particularly helpful to the people who are in the event space. In the previous episodes of the Event Secrets podcast, I talked about this chart and how this relates to my journey as an event professional and how I was able to go from a broke wannabe event professional to a millionaire event professional, and most of that growth happened in a very short window of time. So what I'm about to share with you, these 3 steps are absolute gold, and I've paid the cost to learn these things. And I promise you that they will work for you. Welcome to the Event Secrets podcast, where we talk about how to put on better events, take better care of our clients, and make a whole lot more money in the process. This is an all-action, no-fluff podcast full of actionable insights designed specifically for event professionals. As I mentioned, this graph right here represents my 12-year journey as an event professional. Currently, I'm somewhere clear up here. I am no longer even on this graph, which has been really exciting for me and has completely transformed my life and my family's life as well. It's been really cool, and it's opened a lot of awesome doors as well, allowed me to meet new people, make a bigger impact on the world, and feel more fulfilled with my work. So I'm really passionate about these 3 steps I'm going to share with you because, like I said, it's the same 3 steps that I followed to get to where I am now. And as you can see, it was not all sunshine and roses. I went through a lot of hard times to learn these lessons. And so I'm hoping that by giving you the blueprint that you can streamline your path and you don't have to go through all the ups and downs and highs and lows that I went to get to wherever you want to be as an event professional. Whatever your goals are, those are awesome. I just want to help you get there faster. So let's dive in. Here are the 3 steps you need to follow to skyrocket your wealth as an event professional, or anyone that's not an event professional if you're interested. So step 1 is we have portfolio. All right, and then step 2, we have process. And step 3, promotion or promote. So these right here are the 3 steps. Now let's dive into each one, starting with this first one right here, portfolio. In my opinion, the most important thing that you need to understand as an event professional is that you never get a second chance to celebrate a once-in-a-lifetime moment. So regardless of whether you work for a company and you're kind of on the internal events team, or whether you're a freelancer, or whether you own your own events business or you're doing your own thing, it's really important to realize that the people you work with, the clients you work with, the events you represent, these are things that once they've come and gone, they'll never come back. And so I like to remember this every day, every time I talk to a client, every time I work on an event. Because to us, it's really easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and make this kind of routine. But it's anything but routine. This is a once-in-a-lifetime moment. And so when we talk about these 3 steps, I want you to really grasp that concept, and I want you to integrate that into your execution of these steps, because that will make a world of difference. And the real important thing to understand is when someone is looking to hire you, whether they realize this or not, they're looking for someone that they can trust to celebrate this once-in-a-lifetime occasion, and they want to make sure that that person is going to deliver the quality of results that they're expecting, help them execute their vision, and someone that will really just do a good job just honoring the awesomeness of this occasion. And so it's really important to realize that's where customers are coming from, that's where clients are coming from, that's where companies are coming from when they're looking to hire an event professional. So what is a portfolio? A portfolio is basically just a representation of your work. What can you do? What goods do you got, right? What are you world-class at? A lot of times this will be a visual representation. Sometimes it's a written representation or a collection of testimonials or highlight reels or whatever it can be. It just needs to be a sample of the work that you can produce. To really drive home the importance of having a portfolio and to really solidify this concept, I want to use Balloon Artisan as an example. So Balloon Artisan, we build really, really cool balloon arches and balloon decor projects of all sorts. And we've done thousands of projects over the years. Matter of fact, we've been around for over a decade and we've traveled all over the country. We've worked a lot of high profile events. We've worked for VIP celebrity clients. We've worked for big companies and small companies and birthday showers and babies and graduations and all sorts of things, right? We're really, really good at what we do. This year alone, we're going to do over 1,000 projects. So pretty impressive. We have a really robust portfolio full of pictures and videos and just cool visuals depicting what we can do. And it's awesome because the portfolio is one of the key tools that we use to close clients on the reason they should work with us, right? To help people see, okay, this company is legit and they can execute my vision. The portfolio is the center of trust building when you're an event professional. So the best way for people to trust you is not to tell them that you'll do a good job or not to make promises or whatever. Even getting customer testimonials, those can be great. But the real core thing that lets people trust you is your portfolio. And you want to make sure that this is a very well executed portfolio that looks professional and it looks great. Ours has evolved and changed a lot over the years. But this right here is key to everything. And so if you want to skyrocket your wealth and skyrocket your income as an event professional, the first thing you need to focus on is getting a bunch of videos, a bunch of images, a bunch of whatever it is, testimonials and all that stuff together in one place to compile your portfolio. Because this is how you're going to show that you're good at what you're good at, right? That you have a reason that someone should listen to you. If you don't have a portfolio, you could be anything. You could be the world's best whatever you do, or you could be the world's worst, and no one would know the difference. So portfolio, very important. Let's dive into the second thing that you need to do if you want to skyrocket your income as an event professional, and that is to create a process. A process is simply a recipe or a step-by-step set of instructions to do whatever you're trying to do, which in this case would be your event craft, whatever you're great at, right? The goal of a process is to create repeatable results, because repeatable is what clients will pay the big bucks for. They want to make sure that they have a consistent outcome every time they work with you. And they want to make sure that what you're showing off in your portfolio will be like what they see at their event. Because if these are not consistent, it's going to be bad. Or if one time they work with you and you do a great job, the next time it sucks, that's not going to be good. And you're not going to make a lot of money as an event professional, and you probably won't be around for much. Now, from a business standpoint, this predictability, this repeatability, that is what's going to make you marketable, right? You have to get really good at something, show that you're good at it, and then you have to guarantee those consistent results. And that will allow you to charge a premium in the marketplace. People will pay you more because they know you're going to deliver on what you say you can deliver on. That's very important. So regardless of whether you work internally in a company or whether you're a freelancer or whether you're a one-person show doing event things or you're a consultant or whatever it is, this is just so important. I can't emphasize this enough. This changed everything for me as a business owner once I really started to drive home how to create processes and the importance of those. There are so many cool benefits from having processes as an event professional. Now, if you're a team of one, so you're just representing yourself either at a job or whatever you're doing, processes are going to be hugely beneficial to you for a lot of reasons. And I was that guy for a long time. And so I know firsthand how impactful these can be. But the first thing I want to say about processes is, one, it's going to make your life a lot less stressful. All you have to do is sit down and spend a ton of time thinking about every little, possible outcome with your system one time through, then you put that into a list, and then every time you have a project, you just use that same list. You just keep going back to it over and over. As long as you're going down the checklist, you never have to worry about forgetting steps, right? You're going to make sure that all your materials get in on time. You're going to make sure that you get the venue booked, or you're going to make sure that the caterers are there, that you have the adequate number of whatever it is to really pull off this repeatable event outcome. Because once again, I can't emphasize this enough. That's what we're looking for. Repeatable results. Now, if you have a team or you're managing a team at your work or whatever it is, processes can be even more powerful, because what they'll allow you to do is they allow you to take what's up here in your mind, the creative things that only you thought you could do, and they allow you to get them out on paper and out into the universe so you can hire other people to do those things for you. And this is going to free up your time. It's going to allow you to grow. It's going to allow you to take on more clients, to make more money. And it's going to provide you a lot of peace of mind as you start sending your team out there so you know that your clients are getting a good result. Okay, let's go back to this chart right here, right? So from here to here, no process at all. I was just figuring out what the hell I was doing. From here to here, I had some process. From here to here, I now had a team that was, a quasi-team, right? I had some helpers. I didn't have a full team. But from here to here, I had really robust processes in place that duplicated my effort. It gave me leverage, gave me the ability to split myself into many pieces, be in many places at different times, and to accomplish things without me physically being present or working on something. So in this last year, Balloon Artisan worked on pretty much 1,000 projects, and I was directly involved with, I think, 5 of those. And they were pretty large projects. So that's pretty great. The other 995 projects, I had no direct involvement, but my processes that I spent all this time building were involved in every single project, right? So I spent a lot of time building this process, but now it allows me to duplicate my efforts and get leverage, which is essential if you want to build a really strong income as an event professional. But even if you're on an internal team, like you're working for a big company and you're like the lead event, whatever your title is, right? It's important to have processes in place because you're going to want to hire other people or get other help from within the company, or maybe you're going to bring vendors in or whatever that is, and you're going to want to leverage their efforts so you can accomplish more as an event professional, because that will make you look like the superstar. It will make you look a lot more valuable, which will allow you to command a better price premium, right? A higher salary. So very, very important concept, this idea of having processes to make sure that you have that repeatable outcome. Most of the things that we do here at Balloon Artisan to really make the company unique and to give our clients an awesome experience go on behind the scenes. Actually, I'd probably say 85 to 90% of what we do, the client will never even know about. It's all happening in the background as we work with them. But the result is getting that consistent, repeatable quality outcome that our clients are paying us for. And yeah, we charge more than other balloon companies, right? Most balloon companies are a one-person show. They're doing this part-time. They're trying to pick up some extra income to support their family. And that's what they do. And that's great. But it's a completely different ballgame from when you compare what we do and the results our clients have with the results they have when they work with someone else. Sure, these guys are way cheaper, right? We're more expensive. But the quality and the consistency of results is what has caused us to grow, because clients really appreciate that. When you're celebrating a once-in-a-lifetime moment, you want the team that's done 1,000 projects in a year, that knows what they're doing, that won't ghost you, that will be there regardless, rain or shine, whether the kid's sick or not, whether the car breaks down, we will show up for you. Compared to this person over here, and I hate to say this, we get phone calls all the time from people asking us if we can help out with like 12 hours notice because their balloon person canceled. They either got sick or their kid got sick and they couldn't find a babysitter, or their car broke down and they had no one else that could help out, whatever, right? Just completely different outcome. So if it's a once in a lifetime moment, a lot of times clients will pay a premium to work with us, which is what you need if you want to skyrocket your income as an event professional, right? Really, really important. And over time, as you keep using these processes and improving them, the results will compound. So back here, I remember I used to get like 1 inquiry per week and I was super excited. Here, I'd get 2 to 3 per day. And currently at Balloon Artisan, we get between 25 to 40 inquiries every single day of people coming to us asking for help with their events. Now, we chose to only work with about 1,000 of them this year, which is still a ton of events, but we had over 6,500 people reach out and we only worked with 1,000 of them. So there's a lot of demand there, a lot of people wanting help with their events coming to us, because we have these processes and because people know our reputation is spread that we do a damn good job, which we do. Now, Balloon Artisan has a lot of processes. We have processes for finance, we have processes for HR, we have processes for hiring new team members, for training team members, for attracting clients, for negotiating, for bidding out projects, for designing projects, all sorts of things, right? Tons of processes. It took us a long time to get there. But when you're just starting out, the most important processes that you need to focus on are the ones that are going to contribute to your portfolio, which is the processes that are going to help you to do whatever you do, right? So if you're making amazing chocolate fountain sculptures, that's the process you need. How do I make an amazing chocolate fountain sculpture? You're going to follow that. You're going to refine that over time. You're going to get that process really, really good, so it helps you execute, right? If you're a DJ, here's your process for setting up your booth, or for X setup, Y setup, and Z setup. You want to get those processes in place. For me, in these years, it looked like, okay, this is how to build a balloon arch. I need to make sure I have this material, this thing, this piece of equipment. I need to have weight so the darn thing doesn't blow over. I need to have this. I need this much time to set up. First thing when I get to the venue, I need to find an outlet for the power cord, and then I need to do this and that. The whole thing was documented, right? It was really hard for me to do it the first time, to make sure I had a really robust process. And over time, I'd be like, oh, here's something I never thought of, right? And I'd add to it. But once I had that, every time I had a project, it was just like, all right, pull out the process, follow it step by step, consistent outcome, collect the money, yay, rinse and repeat. It was really cool. Now, once again, at Balloon Artisan, we experienced a lot of growth, right? Most of the growth in Balloon Artisan has happened in the last 2 years. And that's because I had these really robust processes that I spent a long time building out. And they were so good that I could take a stranger from off the street, and in the matter of, a couple weeks, I would be like, here, read this, follow this step by step, and go produce a consistent, repeatable outcome. And they could do it. And so it was awesome. So that allowed me to pull out of the projects. That's why this year we've done 1,000 projects. I was only directly involved with 5 of them. It's because we have really good processes in place, so our team can do the thing so I don't have to. Now let's dive into the third thing that you need to do if you want to skyrocket your income as an event professional, and that is to promote. There's the old expression, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, did it make a sound? Well, yes, it does. But there's a similar expression that I'm going to use right now, and that's, if you're the most badass person at whatever it is you do in the event space, but nobody knows about it, are you even really badass? Well, you probably are, but What I can tell you is you are not making money off of your badassery, right? You're not making money off of your skills if you really are that good at it. And so once we have these things in place, we need to promote. And one thing that I want to talk about is these 3 things. They're not like linear steps. It's kind of a dance, right? So you'll start out making your portfolio. So that is the order you need to focus on. Then you'll start out building your processes. And then you'll go out and you'll start telling people about these things, using these tools to get clients. But then what will happen eventually is you'll have cooler projects, you'll learn more, and then you'll go back and you'll revamp your portfolio, and then you'll redo your processes. You're like, the first one sucked, or I can make it better, or I can add this extra one, right? Then you promote, and because your portfolio is better, you promote differently, and it's just kind of this like ebb and flow. You'll never get out of improving these 3, but these are the 3 things that you're going to be focusing on for most of your career as an event professional if you want to maximize your income. So promoting simply means telling the world about whatever it is that you can do, why it should be important to them, and the benefits that they can get in their lives from working with you and from letting you do your thing, from your craft, right? Now, this will look different depending on what you do in the event space. If you're working for a company, for example, the idea of promoting would be looking for opportunities to add more value to your team and to your company, and then executing on your processes to, make awesome things happen. Then you have to go and return it and report the results of what you did to your team, your boss, manager, the CEO, whatever it is, right? Because if you're doing awesome things and nobody knows that you're doing awesome things, those are going to go unacknowledged. And so if you're doing cool things as an in-house event coordinator or planner or whatever your title is, you got to make sure that people know the value that you're bringing, because that's going to allow you to show that you're an expert and that you are making the company's objectives better in whatever way, which will allow you to ask for a higher salary and skyrocket your income. Very important. I know in-house event planners that have made hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, and I know some that have been roughly broke, like $30,000 per year or whatever, right? Entry-level position. The way you go from entry-level position to hundreds of thousands per year is by establishing this expertise, showing that you know how to get those results over and over, and then delivering on that. It's very important. If you are a freelancer, promoting might look like building a network of companies that you can sell your services to, or that can give you referrals. Maybe you're connecting with other event production agencies or event planners or event venues or whatever, and you're like, hey, I'm this person that does this thing. It's so great. Like, do you know anyone that needs this? And then people will send you referrals and send you business. Or you can go connect with other freelancers and you can all send each other work and you can build this network, right? That would be promoting as a freelancer. If you're a business owner, promoting will look a little bit different still. So you might be networking directly with clients, or you might be networking with other businesses that you can form a strategic partnership with, or maybe referral partners, or maybe you're doing the social media thing, right? Or the Google thing, and maybe you're emailing, whatever it is. There's a lot of ways that you can tell people about your stuff and the value that you can bring if they work with you, but that's the core premise behind promoting. Would it be okay with you if I shared the exact formula or the exact recipe that I used to promote Balloon Artisan in my early days? The recipe that took me from here, being a broke wannabe event professional where I was making no money, under $20,000 a year, to the point where I was bringing in about $180,000 to $200,000 a year in sales and pocketing roughly $100,000 to $120,000 of that. Now here in 2020, I hate that year, we were on track to do about $400,000 in revenue, which probably would have, shifted the graph slightly, but instead that happened and we lost everything. I was probably going to pocket about $225,000 this year. So I promise you what I'm about to share with you works, and it did work for me. So this is what I did. Going back to the portfolio. When I started here, I had no clue what the hell I was doing, but I started, taking on projects, making some sales every now and then, and I started building stuff and I took pictures of it. And here I started making a portfolio of those things. So I had, my spiral arch, my spiral column, my balloon animals, my, whatever it was, I had it all kind of on my website. That was my portfolio. Well, something interesting happened from here to here. And that is, I took my portfolio from a digital-only thing, and I printed it out into this booklet, right? And this is actually not like version 1 of the booklet. I've had like 14 versions of this, a lot. And then what I would do, so this right here just simply, tells the Balloon Artisan story, has some pictures, has some client logos. Look, we can render for you. Oh, it's so cool. So we just had some different things that we made. Really cool. So what I would do is I would take these, I'd order like 200 at a time, and I went out to door talking to businesses. That's what I did. And I walked in there, I talked to the receptionist person, and I said, hey, my name's Keenan. I actually am an artist, and I build the coolest balloon installations in the world. Can I actually show you some pictures real quick? Like, oh yeah, I'm bored, I have nothing going on. So I show them the pictures. Like, wow, that's so cool, that's amazing. I didn't know you could do that. Everyone's like, yeah, right, isn't it so cool? I'm like, hey, who on your team's in charge of events? Can I talk to him real quick? Oh yeah, sure. And so that's what I did. And that took me from making no money to generating over 6 figures in revenue in a couple of months. It was crazy. And that completely changed my life, right? And so usually the event planners and coordinators at companies, they're not somebody that is heavily marketed to. So it's pretty easy to get in touch with those guys. So that's what I did. And I would just build a relationship with those guys. And every time we got a new, brochure and new projects, we'd update the brochure. We'd make it more substantial. We'd change things. We'd take stuff out that we didn't like. And then just over time, these got better and better. And this is how I took Balloon Artisan from here to here. This is pretty cool. Anyways, that's what I recommend people do. If you don't know how to get started, make the brochure, give the brochure, and tell people why it's great to work with you. Of course, it doesn't matter to me whether you do the brochure thing or not, right? That's just simply what I did. It worked. I got great results from it, and it worked fast. So if you want to make more money, that's a good thing to consider doing, right? Now, promoting yourself as an event professional is very, very simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. There's not a whole lot to it. All that you have to do is identify who you want to work with or who you think could get a lot of value from your services. You go out and you connect with those people, you let them know what you do, and you help them connect the dots of why what you do can bring value to their lives and how it will benefit them. And then you want to go back to your processes and you want to point out why your processes make you better than everybody else. That's why processes are so important. So Balloon Artisan, if you reach out to us, there's a very specific thing that our team's going to do. And they do that every single time. What's going to happen is we're going to send over our portfolio, and then we're going to explain to you how we got to where we are today and why our clients like to work with us and why you shouldn't go work with one of our competitors who's probably just a one-person side hustle. They're probably just doing this part-time, right? And to some people, they don't care. They're like, whatever, I'd rather save the money. That's fine. They self-select out of our pipeline, and then we just go about our ways. And it's like, hey, if you ever need anything in the future, or sometimes they do come back to us like, wow, we hired this person last year and it was a nightmare. We're so sorry. We should work with you. It's like, it's all good. Come back. We love you. We give them a big, hug on the back and all that stuff. But for the people that really see value in that, and for the people that know that this is a once-in-a-lifetime moment, and they'll never have a second chance to celebrate it again, and they need a team that can deliver and execute it. And what's the difference of an extra, $200, $300? So they're already spending all this money to put on this event. Why not go with the consistent, repeatable outcome, right? So we use our processes in our marketing, so that's what you need to do as well. And then once you do that, they'll say yay or nay. Then the only thing left to do is to take their money, right? To negotiate the invoicing, however you want to do that. And then you just got to go execute and make sure you do a great job using your processes. And then you rinse and repeat. This is how you can go from broke, not knowing what you're doing, making no money, is a wannabe event professional like I was for many years, to an event professional that has a reputation that's incredibly valuable. You get to set your own rates. When I work for clients, they're usually paying me about $20,000 for a day of work, and that is only possible because of all this stuff that I just shared with you. So I hope you can see the importance of this because it has changed my life. And I promise you that it will change yours as well. So those are the 3 things that you need to do if you want to skyrocket your income and your wealth as an event professional. If you found this helpful and you know anyone else that you think needs to hear this and that this would benefit them, it would mean the world to me if you could send it to them. And in that way, we can all work together to make the event space better for all of us. Because if it's better for all of us, it's better for our clients, it's better for our families, it's better for our teams, and it's just a more enjoyable industry to be a part of. And by the way, I love connecting with other event professionals. So if you're on LinkedIn, you can look me up. My name's Keenan Price. I'm the CEO of Balloon Artisan and the host of the Event Secrets podcast. Send me a connection request or send me a direct message, and I'd love to connect.